Welcome back, life travelers, to another video by Ricardos Travels.
All that I want is for you to be happy. Give me a chance to show that you can be. Well, open your eyes and see the way I see. 'Cause all that I want is for you to be happy with me.
Okay, guys, what I've got today for you is I'm going to test out some winter gloves that's both waterproof and windproof, and compare that to the base run-of-the-mill big box store, $5, $8, $10 gloves. So I've got 4 different gloves for you. The first one is this Helmuth ice fishing glove, they call it, which is a convertible mitten with the flip open fingers and thumb, which is good for outdoor activity that you need additional dexterity, so you don't have to take off your gloves to fish, to do camera work, to work computers or smartphones or tablets, anything like that you would need to use your fingers on. And next, I've got the winter ski and snow gloves by Tough Outdoors. And those are the classic snowmobile skiing type gloves with a high cuff with a pull cord up top to keep snow and debris from falling down into your gloves. Of course, they boast that they're full weather outdoor tested with a 1-year warranty and can be used for anything from snowboarding, skiing, shoveling, any outdoor activity, like all these gloves really. And next we have the gloves from O-Zero, the negative 30-degree waterproof gloves. And these have the touchscreen capability on the forefinger and the thumb, and are just general all-around winter gloves for driving or any casual use. And finally, I'll compare them to the basic $5, $8, $10 cheapo big box store gloves and see how they compare. Okay, so let's get started. So here's our test subjects, and our prices are up top, and the colors don't represent anything. It's just so you can easily see the difference between each one. So you'll see on the far right is in green the $8 basic big box store winter gloves, which are decent gloves. I think anybody that's bought gloves before, bought those cheap gloves, they're better than nothing. But you get any kind of wind, any kind of moisture, certainly rain or snow if you're going to be out there very long. They're just not going to hold up. Your hands will get cold very quickly because it'll just absorb all the moisture. And even if it's not raining or snowing, as you're sweating inside the glove, clearing your snow, hiking, whatever you're doing, your hands are going to be sweating, and these don't have any material inside to wick the moisture away, or material on the outside to block the wind or keep it from absorbing the moisture. So really, gloves like this are just very basic use in perfect conditions, going from your house to your car, or your car to your business, or from the car to the store, that type of stuff. And even then, like I said, if you got any kind of rain, any kind of snow, you're going to get cold in these gloves just no time at all. That's the difference. When you look at them on the screen here, or even sometimes when you just see them side by side in the store, it's hard to tell just looking at them that there's any difference. Another thing is the material that's used on them is very thin. A lot of time the stitching, it's just not, higher quality of these other gloves. Of course, yes, the other gloves is 2, 3, and 4 times as much, but you get 2, 3, 4 times as much capability out of them. And you'll see as we go forward, I'll be doing some water tests in the sink and actually show you the gloves in the water running on them, and let you know how each glove does, to see if it's actually waterproof, if it actually protects you, because it's, January here in North Georgia. It gets down in the 20s at night, and I've got a crawl space here on the homestead, so the water in the pipes is ice cold for several minutes, 5-10 minutes. It's just ice cold coming out of there. So when I'm doing my water test, I'm not just checking to see if it's keeping my hand dry, or I should say I'm testing for 3 things. I'm testing to see if it's keeping my hand dry. I'm testing to see if it's keeping my hand warm, that is, not feeling the temperature of the water or not feeling any temperature change while I'm doing the test. And 3, the material inside. And I'll discuss this as I'm doing the tests. But some of these, it will keep your hand from getting wet, but the material that they use will act like a sponge, and the way the glove is designed, when you start pulling it off, grabbing your fingers to pull the glove off, it's just like grabbing a sponge and all the water running out because you just press the sponge together. That's what some of these gloves will do. You grab the hand or grab the fingers to pull it off, and all the water comes pouring out the cuff there by your wrist. So I'll show you which ones are doing that and which ones aren't doing that. And then as well, some of these have added features like higher cuffs. So the ones on the right side, the basic one, the 0 one, has basically the same cuff, but they are not the same. Let me tell you now, they are not the same in quality, the same in fit, the same in warmth. So looks can be deceiving there. And as you move over to the left into the winter ski and snow gloves, those have a higher cuff and actually have a pull string, not only on the wrist, but also higher up on the cuff. And then, of course, the newer ones that's really popular now is the convertible type, where the fingers come off. And these by Plymouth or Palmith actually have magnets on the back, so as you flip your hand up, it's supposed to hold. I mean, that's the way they're designed. And of course, they have some silicone pads on the fingers and on the palm, so you can pick up hotter items, and cell phones and tablets and things like that. It grips them better, so you don't have to grip so much with the glove. Keeps them from sliding out of your glove, because if you don't have the dexterity to feel as much as you would if you're not wearing gloves, it's hard to keep those small items in a glove. So gloves that have the silicone pads on the palm and on the fingers, it allows you to just, not grip it at all. It just keeps it from falling out. And additionally, this particular glove on the back has a reflective strip. So if you're jogging, hiking, biking, whatever, at night, that's got a reflective strip on it. So there's some added capability and features in these higher end gloves that don't cost that much more, which is basically why I'm doing this video, to show people you don't need a $100 glove, but I don't advise the $8 gloves. So you can spend in that $15 to $30 range and get a really good glove that's truly waterproof, truly windproof, and will keep your hand warm, certainly down to freezing. Some of these will go below that. So as you can see, the O0 is rated at -30. I haven't been in -30 with them yet, but that's the rating. But all these are rated winter gloves. They're just a world of difference from the basic big box store glove that's only $8, $10, depending on where you are. And these are just so much better. So that's it in a nutshell. I'm going to get started with the review on the basic ones, because that's what everybody's used to seeing, and I've told you basically what they are, but I want to go into it a little bit further. So I did a hands-on review, so I'm going to roll that in here. All right, here we go, guys and gals. Here's our big box $5 glove review. I guess it's sort of self-explanatory, but you get what you pay for. It's just the way it is. The stitching isn't that great. You don't have material going up and over the fingers to protect them or protect it from wear. You don't have any material, wiping material on the finger or the thumb, for wiping your forehead, your eyes, your nose. That's not on these. The backing, all of it, it feels fairly thin. Even the insulation, it's like there's hardly anything to it. These might work for you in 60, 50 degree weather, going from the house to the car or from the car to the store, that type thing. Maybe walking around if you're exercising a little bit, as long as there isn't any wind or moisture. If there's any kind of moisture, drizzle, rain, snow, it's misting, ice, these will not work. Let me tell you now, don't try to get a $5 pair of gloves and think they're truly winter gloves. They are not. They're casual use gloves. Now these actually do have a reinforced palm a little bit. I wish it went all the way up so the full palm is reinforced. They got it going up on the thumb, which is good. But right here where it wears mostly, there's nothing here. And of course, these are not waterproof at all. You'll see, I'll roll it in. I did a waterproof test on these as well. They just won't last long. So hey, for $5, if that's all you got to throw in your glove box, if that's your budget, they're better than nothing. If you're gonna need to use them in the rain, get you a plastic bag and wrap around them with a rubber band around your wrist. That's about the only way you're going to get any kind of wind or precipitation protection out of these gloves. These big box, $5 gloves, they're just not going to cut it. Now, I do like that they got a nice cuff sewn into these so the cool air don't come in, which is good. So I do like that about these. But when I compare them to the other gloves, which I'll roll in, there's really no comparison. So let's see if these big box store gloves are waterproof at all. And just for a laugh, I'm going to do it. I'll have to put these gloves in the dryer. But these aren't waterproof, they're not windproof. And they don't even have a temperature rating on them. They're called winter gloves. That's about all that that's about all the tag said on them. I've had these about a year. I've worn them a couple times when I've misplaced my other gloves or I was out hiking and got those wet, and I was waiting for them to dry. I'd wear these, but you know, you can't do much with them. So I'm going to test this. I know what I'm going to get. Probably instantly when I turn on the cold water, I'm going to feel cold on the fingers, and within seconds they're going to be sopping wet is what's going to happen. But I just want to illustrate my point. So I'm going to pull them out just as soon as they get okay. I feel the cold. I feel the cold. I feel dampness, moisture. There you go. My hands are wet. That's what you get in a $5 glove. So you should, you know, get the $20, $25 gloves. They are worth it. I don't know about these $50, $60, $100 gloves. I'm not sure that most people could even need those. But anyway, so this is the $5 glove. It gets you about 10 seconds of waterproofness. So I guess light snows, light mists, rain, you're just going from the car to the house, from the car to the store, whatever. I guess they're all right. They're better than nothing. But that's about it. My fingers are just soaked and cold right now. So there it is, the big box $5 gloves. Better than nothing, but not by far. And with that said, in keeping with the request to keep my reviews shorter to the 15-minute lengths rather than the hour or 2 hour that I started doing, trying to give as much information as I can. It seems like so many wanted short videos, so that's what I'm doing. I'm breaking this up into a 2-part. In my next video, I'll cover the other 3 gloves. I want to thank everybody for joining me today, and take a minute to like and share and subscribe if you haven't. And as always, may everyone have safe and happy travels wherever life leads you.
All I want is for you to be happy. Give me a chance to show that you can be. Well, open